Hi there. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at assurance of salvation. In the previous lesson, we talked about what discipleship was. Now we're going to begin to build on that and grow into better disciples and better disciplers. Now, in this particular lesson, we're going to first of all remind ourselves on how to use the guide, which is each guide should be used for a minimum of 2 or 3 weeks. I put 3 weeks there, but it's 2 or 3 weeks. And I want to remind you to resist the urge to complete and move on. This is not a case of, oh, let's just fill in the blanks and then so we finished. Well, it's all about building a relationship with the person that you're discipling or the person who's discipling you. And the information, some of it is repeated because of emphasis. So let's get straight into what this lesson is going to cover. We're going to look at what salvation is. Somebody's given their life to Jesus. Okay, what does that mean? What is salvation? How does this salvation work? How did it come about? How did you become saved? We're going to look at scriptures like Ephesians chapter 2 verses 1 to 10. We're going to go into Romans chapter 3 verse 21 to 26. Then we get to one critical area of our being born again that is worth us delving deeper into. It's about the fact that we are new creations. That's 2 Corinthians chapter 5. And then it tells us, if anyone is in Christ, is a new creation. The old has gone and the new has come. Well, exactly what does that mean? We're going to cover that. Then we would also ask the question around the fact that, a new believer or a believer sins. What happens to their salvation? How does that work? Any other questions that the person has, you and I should be able to also answer them. Let me remind you of our expectation. The expectation again is that from what you have studied with your disciple or discipler, think about how does that relate to you? What have you learned about it? And then the personal practice, what are you going to do with what you have learned this week in your home, in your work, or in your church, or when you go out? And then finally, how are you going to use that to reach out and teach someone else what you have learned? That's your personal outreach. Again, if you have any actions you need to take before you meet again, please do make sure you mention it. The actions you want the disciple to take or the actions you want a discipler to take. If there are any assignments you want the person to do remind them of it. If there's any promises you've made, make sure you check up on it. And remember that my expectation of you is that you disciple someone else. All right then. God bless, and we'll see you soon.